Welcome to my channel once again. This is Ujako on Creative Ujako. You're welcome to my channel and welcome to another segment of Ancient and Modern. Today is an interesting topic we're talking about, and I know it's something that many of you may be conversant with. You already know about it, but let's talk about it. Okay, like I said earlier on, we are preserving memories, preserving history on this channel. That's why I created this channel, for creativity and then history preservation, if that makes sense to you. Okay, storytelling, talking about ancient life and present life and the comparison of both of them. Okay, today we're talking about timekeeping in the olden days, the method of keeping time, the ways they were keeping the time. How do I put it? Yeah, timekeeping actually. How they used to know what time it was in the ancient times. How they used to know what time it was. That was before the invention of clock. How they used to know it. So today I'm going to be talking about that relatable to my African history. Okay, my African origin, my African heritage. I can't really tell you how they used to do it in the Western world, in Europe, in Asia. I'm going to be talking about the African home, okay? Because I actually made some researches here. It doesn't really seem to be the same. Okay. In the ancient times in Africa, our ancestors had a way of knowing what time of the day it was and what time of the night it was also. Okay. So for you to know the full story, please watch to the end of it. If you come across this video, watch to the end of this video so you get the full package. In the ancient times in Africa, in my heritage, how they used to tell what time it was, there are two different ways, two major ways they were using. And one is for the night and one is for the morning, day and evening. Okay, in the night, let's start from midnight. After they must have gone to bed, and at midnight, what they were using to know the time was the crow of the rooster. When the rooster cries at midnight, the first crying of the rooster comes at midnight, 12 in the night. Okay, and from my findings, it's not every cockerel that crows at midnight. It's not every rooster. From my findings, it's only a rooster that is up to 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Those are the ones that cry at midnight. And the next time they cry is 3 a.m. Still the same category. Roosters that are up to 2 years, between 2 years and 3 years. Those are the older ones. The older ones, they cry at 3 a.m. also. So the first cry comes at 12 midnight. Whenever the rooster cries, the first time he cries, then they'll know it was midnight. When they hear the second cry, they'll know it's 3 a.m. Okay, that's the measure of the 2 times they cry. They cry at midnight, 3 a.m. They cry at 5 a.m. Others can, the rest of them now join to cry. 5 a.m. After 5 a.m. they start crying every hour. They start crying every hour. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Okay, that's how they cry. So that's how they get to know that it is dawn. Okay. When talking about waking up in the morning, most people wake up at, they used to wake up at 5. They used to wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Some used to wake up at 4 a.m. because at that time the major occupation they had was farming. So they used to go to the farm. Those who went far away from their homes, they used to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. So after the second crow of the rooster, being 3 a.m., then they will know that the next cry they're supposed to get up to get ready for the day. So that's how they were doing. The second cry, the first cry, second cry, the third cry, they get up to get ready for the day. That's how they were calculating their times. Okay? In the ancient times in Africa. So when it's morning, 7 a.m., that time the sun starts coming out already at 7 a.m. And at 7 a.m., what they use, then the clock changes. Now they don't use the cry of the rooster. They start using the shadow. The shadow. So in the morning, when it's 7 a.m., you see the shadow. The shadow is so long. When you stand and see your shadow under the sun, you look so long. Your shadow looks very long, like double your height. That's 7 a.m. So from that time, as the day goes on, the shadow starts getting shorter. Okay, 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., it starts getting shorter. It starts getting shorter. So when it's at 7 a.m. is long, 8, 9 is still long, 10 start getting shorter, like start getting close to your, let me say close to your height. Okay. Then when it's 11, it's still a little lower than your height. When it's 12 noon, midday, when it's midday, the shadow is right under your feet. That's how you can tell when you're standing under the sun and you see that your shadow is right under your feet. It's 12 midday. It's 12 noon. That's how it's so accurate. You know it's 12 noon. And when it gets to 1 p.m., your shadow starts getting longer again. 1 p.m. is more like your shadow looks like it looks when it's 11 a.m. So it starts getting up again. 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. is almost like your height, somehow close to your height. And 3 p.m. 2 p.m., 3 p.m. the shadow is more like the same height with your own natural height. Then when it gets to 4, it starts going up again. Your shadow starts going longer. Okay. And 5 starts going longer. 6 p.m., 7 p.m. is very long, like it was in the morning. Then 5 p.m., 6 p.m. is very long. Your shadow gets so long. Your shadow gets so long, far taller than you are. At 5 7. Okay, so that's how they used to check and know the timing of the day, and it was so accurate. Even now, if I try it, it's I'm gonna be putting some video and some photos so you can see. So it's still tomorrow, it's still accurate. For those who know how to calculate, it's still very accurate. And at 7 p.m., your shadow gets long. And that 7 p.m. is that the cock crows, also the roosters cry. And that's what the time they go to bed, 7 p.m. The roosters go to bed. So you know, oh, it's 7 already. When you see the roosters going to sleep. Because at that period, they used to have free range. The birds used to go out to feed themselves, get their food. When it's evening, they go back to their houses to sleep. Some of them slept on the tree, some slept on the roof of the houses. So when it's time to go back to their resting places, when you see them going back to their resting places, you know it's 7 p.m. They go to their they're so accurate in keeping time also, the roosters. So they go to bed at that time. Okay, it's 7 p.m. So that's how they used to know their time. It was so accurate. But at that time, they weren't calling it 7 p.m. They were calling it first cock crow, second cock crow, and the third cock crow. So that's how they keep counting it. They use cock crow, okay? Midnight, in the morning, and in the evening. That's how they actually calculated their time at that time. So they were like first cockerel, second cockerel, third cockerel, and they have like morning and midday. They used to describe it that with midday and after midday, and they also have the they call midday, after midday, and midnight. Okay, and then the dusk also, and dawn. This is how they used to describe their timing at that time. All right, that was before the invention or the introduction of the invention of clock, and so they used to have that, and it never fails. This is a beautiful gift God gave us from nature. Okay, they were using those, and it was working for them. It was so accurate, and that was something I found out. Because I was making my own findings and my own researches. This shadow thing I'm talking about is in Africa. Okay, here in America, I tried to check using my shadow, and the timing of the day is not the same. I think as a result of geographical differences in geographical location, it's quite different. Okay, so I tried checking my shadow at midday, after midday, in the morning. I checked. It's very different. It's not the same thing. So I cannot really tell how they were checking, how they used to, calculate their time before the invention of clock. Okay, and back in Africa, this was how my ancestors, and even this present time, those who understand it still check with that, and it's accurate. Okay, so it might be different. I don't know. I'm gonna try to find out how they used to check, the timing here. I just found out that the shadows are different. The length of the shadow is different. When it's the length of the shadow here at certain time of the day is different from how it is in Africa. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure it's because of differences in the geographical location. Okay. So that's it. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you come across this video, if you agree with me, let me know. That's how they used to check, know the time. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful. And in the night, when after the hen, the fowls go to bed, then anybody can go to bed. It's 7 p.m. Yeah. From that time onwards, some people go to sleep early, some go late. But from that 7 p.m., the next cock crow is gonna be 12 midnight. So even if you're not yet gone to bed and the rooster cries, you know it's midnight already. So I should say it was perfect, very perfect for them. Okay, I hope anyone that comes across the video, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something new, and then share the video. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be seeing you, or you're going to be seeing me in my next video on this channel. Thank you. I remain Udako on Creative Udako. Bye.